This is going to blow you away. To be able to look inside your foods to identify the source of most chronic health problems. So check this out. Let's start with some granola bars. Do a little scan. Wow, 28% sugar, 15% seed oil, and 41% starch. Let's go with Cheetos. Do a little scan. Boom. Oh, look at that, 0 sugar, but 35% seed oils and 52% starch. Let's see what's in Coca-Cola. Do a little scan. It's all sugar. No surprises there. And of course, high fructose corn syrup sugar. Let's try some healthy cereal, Lucky Charms. Do a little scan on the barcode and wow, 40% sugar, 40% starch. And by the way, starch is hidden sugar. Let's look at mayonnaise. Do a little scan. Yeah, I'm not surprised. 82% seed oils. Let's check out Nature's Own white bread. Do a little scan. 57% starch, 4% seed oils, and 6% sugar. The biggest realization I had in this project was that the great majority of all junk food, this stuff right here, mostly is 3 simple ingredients. Sugar right here, okay, sugar. Then we have the starches, right? But not just any starch, highly industrial processed cornstarch. And then my favorite is seed oils. These are the 3 ingredients. And we're not talking like really healthy seed oils. We're talking about seed oils that are so rancid, so oxidized, they're going to go into your cell membranes and create a lot of inflammation. And if you were to eat this right now, this disgusting mixture, you would probably vomit. What they had to do was they had to add artificial flavors. Then they would have to add colorings to it. And then they have to put some chemicals to preserve it, and then more chemicals to make you keep eating it, called MSG. And what's interesting about this slop is there's barely any protein. And one reason they don't put protein is that protein is satisfying. So without protein, it's going to make you want to keep eating it over and over and over again. But to get you to buy this, we have to create incredible packaging. Look at how amazing. Look at the colors. Look at how beautiful that is. Beautiful rainbow colors. Look at little Debbie right there. Wow, that looks good. I used to live on these. In order to be food, it has to be able to sustain life. The big problem with processed foods, ultra-processed foods, junk foods, is that they're just basically dead. There's no longer any phytonutrients or vitamins or minerals. They have to add some of those in later, and they're basically synthetic. They just put a couple more vitamins in there because if they didn't, you would develop all sorts of diseases. Like a vitamin B3 deficiency is called pellagra, where your skin looks like leprosy. Junk food does not fit the definition of actual food. There's another thing that I think a person needs to put on their radar, and that has to do with starches. Starch is a chain of sugar molecules. And when you process it, heating it, grinding it, putting chemicals in it, that starch, now that it's become severely altered or manipulated, will act worse than sugar. In this app that you can download for free, you'll be able to quickly identify not just the sugar, but the hidden sugars. And just to point on this heart-healthy seed oils, the problem with these oils is they actually get lodged in your membranes. It's in the organs, it's in your brain. The problem is now it's going to take about 1.5 years to get that out of the body. If you were to use this app to identify these 3 things in your pantry and your refrigerator and avoid them, your health benefits would be amazing. The average person consumes over 100 pounds of starch, refined starches in the form of modified food starch, maltodextrin, modified cornstarch. They feed this stuff to babies in infant formula. It's in your pet food. It makes up a huge percentage, over 60% of your teenagers' calories. And when we talk about seed oils, an average person consumes 70 pounds of seed oils every single year. Unfortunately, it's the last thing to be evaluated when you go to the doctor. They don't look at what you are eating. It's the missing piece of the puzzle. Yes, we have alcohol and smoking, but when you get into the quantity of sugar, starches, and seed oils, the magnitude of what that does to our bodies compared to everything else is off the chart. Simply download this free app, start using it, give me feedback, tell me how you like it. We're going to be doing phase 2 and phase 3. We're going to add a lot of cool things to it. There will also be a link to another page that'll allow you to see the substitute foods of the junk foods. That way you can replace them. I gave you a lot of options that you can get at any grocery store. So check this out. The single worst advice that I think we were given is this concept of everything in moderation. There is no one bad food. That was like the absolute worst advice because there's certain foods that are much worse than others. We're gonna help you understand the 3 terrible foods that you must avoid to get healthy. I did this video with a neighbor friend named Bill, which I did not release yet, where I went inside his house and evaluated all of his food. We then looked at every single ingredient on each food item. And I had to manually teach him the difference between junk food and real food, which took a very long time. I mean, memorizing every single ingredient is just overwhelming for the average person. So I created this intuitive app that makes the process super simple, almost like having me, Dr. Berg, in your pocket at any given time to help you figure out what to eat and what to avoid. The goal with this app is to make everyone aware of the 3 deadly ingredients and to get people off industrial processed foods and get them on whole food. Download the app right now, sign up, start using it, share it with your friends. This is a really important tool to help people identify the root cause of a lot of health problems. And if you wanted to see a good video on some really basic important foods to eat, you should check this video out right here. Hey, before you leave, I just wanted to give you a little quick history on some of the books that I wrote. This was one of the first books. It's called Dr. Berg Body Shapes. It was my attempt at writing about body types. What was very interesting about this book is I actually did all the images myself. Don't ask me why. They look actually not quite as professional as some of the images that I have in the new book. But anyway, this is my first attempt right here called Dr. Berg's Body Shape Diets. And then I wrote a book more extensive called The 7 Principles of Fat Burning. I don't even have a copy anymore, actually, because it's outdated. The next book, I put about 1,000 hours into this one right here called The New Body Type Guide. Major updates on the body types. I put a lot of energy into this. It has professional images, graphics, all sorts of things. Now, the problem with this book is it doesn't really describe what this is really about. Body types are only a small portion of what's in this book. And that's why I changed the name to the Healthy Keto Plan, okay? If you happen to have this book, you don't really need this book because there's some only very, very minor updates. But if you don't have this, you need to get this one right here. This book goes into every single detail that you would ever want to know about. It goes into the 7 principles of fat burning. It goes into hormones, the body types, the basic keto plan. It goes into intermittent fasting. I talk about the 10 fat burning triggers and blockers and fat burning strategies with a lot of details in every single chapter. I go into body issues that interfere with losing weight. There's very few people that just have a weight problem. They have a lot of body issues, whether it's sleeping problems, stress problems, inflammation, menopause. I cover that extensively in this book. Then I talk about how to get rid of stress, and I show you a technique. Then I get into exercising. And then I have a lot of really good recipes in this book as well. So this is a good reference guide. On my website, if you get this book, you get this one free. It's called Healthy Keto and Intermittent Fasting. This is the shortcut, quick guide to this book. And the reason I created this book is to have you, within 45 minutes, learn how to do keto, okay, in intermittent fasting, exactly what you need to do. Then you can fill in the blanks with this book right here. So right now I'm doing a special. If you get this book, you get this one totally free, or you can go to Amazon and get these individually. So I just want to clarify the difference between this book and this updated one right here. If you don't have this, you need to get this right here. That way you can get the exact correct information to do it healthily.